Okay, so this is the new Ashford Kiwi 2 spinning wheel. Yay! Her name is Gertie. I was thinking about Gertie, and then my sister said, how about Gert? And so I thought, okay, it's Kismet. Gertie she is. And I have not gotten the hang of her yet. I've had her since Thursday. So I'm learning. Spindling helped in that I know what yarn is supposed to feel like with twist in it. But as far as me getting there yet, no. This is the flyer with the bobbin of what I have spun on it. What you see, there's my hand, woohoo! This is some merino that I had in a bat that I tried. And then this is the bag. I bought the pound of Coopworth. And so that's what I've been, excuse me for my fingers there. That's what I have been trying to use because I feel that's my most inexpensive learning fiber. And there you see one of my mom's rugs that made it to my room. So just wanted you to get a good close-up look at her, and now I'm going to go ahead and start the podcast. And welcome to episode 18 of the Gojenn podcast. I am Gojenn, your hostess with the mostest. We're going to talk about spinning and knitting, crocheting, summertime fun to be had on Ravelry. You just got to meet my spinning wheel, and I'm hoping to have many spinning adventures with her coming up this summer. If you are a first-time viewer, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate you coming and giving me a try. I know there are tons of podcasts out there, so I do appreciate it. If you have been around and you've stuck with me, thank you. I genuinely do appreciate it. I love reading your comments on YouTube, or your comments on a picture on Instagram, or on Ravelry in our group. You can find me as Gojenn, Gojenn, on Ravelry and Instagram. I'm always there at least once a day, maybe really a lot more, depending on what I'm trying to avoid. Have housework, go to Ravelry instead. Today is May 31st, Sunday, May 31st. So many things are coming up on Ravelry this summer. A lot of them starting tomorrow, June 1st. It's really hard to keep up with everything. So, of course, I've got a couple spreadsheets. But just for instance, the KnitGirl podcast, KnitGirllls. That's Laura and Leslie. They have a stash dash going on. It started May 22nd, and the idea is to do a 3K, a 5K, or a 10K with your crafting from May 22nd to, I think it's August 14th. And then, so you're just going to count the meters of projects that you complete. And must be a finished object. And if you have any other questions, there's always somebody to help you over on the KnitGirll's group on Ravelry. I've signed up for the 3,000 meter challenge. I don't know how I'll do at all. It just depends on what I finish. So that's going on. They are, for the month of June, the KnitGirlls are also having a spin-along with 3 Waters Farms. And so I've already gotten my fiber for that. I would like to be better acquainted with the spinning wheel before I actually use that fiber, because it is absolutely gorgeous. What else? The Tour de Fleece. If you are a spinner, you can join the Tour de Fleece on Ravelry. What it is a group of spinners who will be spinning along with the riders who are riding in the Tour de France. France, Tour de France, that thing. And so every day the riders ride, you're challenged to spin. And then what you spin is totally up to you. Do you want to spend 15 minutes a day? Do you an hour? Do you want to work your way through some amount of yarn? I'm not sure what I'll do yet. If it'll be time-based or fiber-based. I have noticed that the wheel just really eats the fiber. Much more so than the spindle did. And this is my second try at this, and I've had some, I think we're still recording. I don't know. I'm getting a little flashing red thing, so I don't know what may be happening with us. So Tour de France, that starts on July 4th, which is my mom's birthday, and I have a group member. You told me that you were birthday twins with my mom. Happy birthday! On the 4th. And so that's when that starts. And so we'll be seeing what's going on then. Alright, what else? Anything else? And then tomorrow is June 1st, so it'll be a month of new challenges in the Harry Potter House Cup and in Nerdopolis. Both of those are Ravelry groups that just issue challenges to help you fit your crafting into. It's just fun. And if it doesn't appeal to you, no big deal. It's just a way for me to encourage myself to sometimes step out of the box that I'm usually in. It was only April that I bought my spindle, my first spindle. And now I have a spinning wheel because I gave something a try and found that I really liked it. Unlike broccoli, I gave it a try. I don't really like it, but if you like broccoli, good for you. So, what have I been working on? Okay. This is my owl for the Harry Potter group. It's supposed to be the 3-month or 6 to, well, about 10 weeks of work. I have now joined the front to the back. That's the armhole. That's the back. And this is the front. I'm liking it. It looks awfully big. But, it's going to be lace, so I'd have to wear a tank or something underneath it anyway. So I think I'll be doing just fine. And, of course, it is in the only color which I seem to buy yarn, blue-green. And it's going really well. I got frustrated with the way some of the pattern was written. I didn't think it was written very clearly. But, thankfully, there is an excellent schematic and chart that I was able to follow. So that averted disaster of me getting so frustrated that I just wanted to throw it out a window. So that's my big project for Harry Potter. This is my second not as big project, but it really is a bigger project for me because it's first socks. This is the yarn from, I don't know why I blank when I'm trying to think of her yarn. It's in the Tainted Love colorway, so I apologize again. It's on my project page for this. This is the first sock. I have finally gotten past the ribbing, which had pearl stitches in it, and I just hate pearl stitches. This is nifty little double pointed needle keepers so they don't get crushed in your bag, because I don't know if you can tell, but these are really small. I think they're the 2.25 millimeter. But this is my sock. Oh, and my leg will eventually go in there, maybe. And this is how it's looking. Very, very nice, isn't it? So what you do is you just slide your DP ends in, and then your project comes out the little whole part, and then you put the cover on top so as not to poke anybody's eyes out with that. There you go. And they're not going to get hurt even if I sat on them. They're not going to get hurt. But I'm going to try not to sit on them. That's not good. So I'm pleased. I try to work, since I really got down to business with the sock, I try to knit 1 inch a day. And then I'm hoping that that'll work out and I'll get these finished in time. Finished objects. Most of my time was spent with those two things and spinning. Trying to get the spinning wheel down, understand it. I don't know if you remember the pink yarn that I spun. I took from a 2-ounce bag of fiber, Polworth, I believe, or BFL, not sure. Anyway, I spun the yarn and then I 2-plied it with itself, and then I crocheted a little spiral, I don't know, coaster. It's just been sitting here on my tabletop looking at me, and it really makes me happy. It makes me very proud. You can teach an old dog new tricks. So I don't know, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, the idea is to make something besides a coaster, but you don't start off making something fabulous. You start at the easy level and work your way up. So I'm happy with this. Very, very happy. I am very pleased. My other FO for the week, I had the blue braid of, that was BFL, blue, BFL. And I had spun part of it back when I got the braid, and I got it at my second yarn, my first yarn festival in Sanford, North Carolina. And then I spun some up that first night and then hadn't really gotten back into it until this week. I spun the rest of it, of the braid. And this is what I got when I 2-plied the first bunch I did, and this is what I got when I 2-plied the rest of it. This was 166 yards, and I 2-plied it, so it's like 83 yards. And this, see how lumpy and bumpy and much more like an art yarn it is. I like it just the same. However, I did know how many yards I have, but it's not much. It's not enough even for a hat. It may be a bigger coaster. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm very pleased with it. I did, you know, I learned, and so this is the other, much finer spun, and I am very pleased with it as well. Don't know what I'm going to do with this. This is enough for a hat. I tell ya, I guess it's like your first finished objects of anything. You know, you just kind of want to look at it and pick it up and go, I did this. I made this. I made this from fluff. And people at work say, why? Why not just buy the yarn? I understand. This is another post-apocalyptic survival skill. Okay, the other people may be out there fighting the zombies with the bows and arrows and crossbow and flamethrowers and whatnot. I'll be spinning the yarn to make clothes. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. So that is the extent of my finished objects, those two spinning projects. And that was the first of the week. Because once I got the wheel, that was basically about all I did. But besides try to knit an inch on the socks. So stash enhancement. Yesterday I got a package in the mail. And I kind of went, ooh, I don't remember ordering that. When did I order that? And I've just been ordering fiber lately. When did I order some lovely golden yarn? I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I had a note in the thing and it said, thank you. Hope you enjoy this, from one of the people in a group that I'm in on Ravelry. Come to find out, she did this because she was so proud of me learning to spin, that I had personal growth. Yay me! And this is her 2-ply hand spun. Is that not gorgeous? And she said she really enjoys the spinning, so she was making her things. So compare hers that's really good and mine that was a you know, second effort at making some 2-ply. Not bad. So now I have this beautiful yarn to make something with. It's out of my comfort zone color-wise, because I'm not much of a yellow or orange, but this is really a golden, really beautiful. She said it's 180 yards of 2-ply BFL, 75% and 25% silk. So that was a total surprise in my mailbox yesterday. Okay, you know that I like to do my sock yarn blanket squares. So I'm in a club from Gnome Acres, and she sent this month's batch of mini skeins, and so therefore making sock yarn blanket squares. On that yellow, can you see that it's a sparkle base, that it's got sparkles in it? It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. And I just love making my sock yarn blanket squares. They're the most mindless potato chip crochet that I do. I know the pattern by heart, so I don't know if I showed you the second batch of Rolags that I got from naturallyknitty. Her first ones were the yellow and black that I made into yarn. This one has all different colors. Inspired me to wear my tie-dye shirt today. I used one Rolag to try to spin on the wheel and realized that I need to be much better at spinning because, as I said, the wheel sucks the fiber. I mean, it just... Rolag was gone. I may save these for spindling because they are so easy to draft. I said they're from naturallyknitty. Her preparation is just fantastic. What you do to start spinning is you just pull the fiber out from one end of the... I still think they look like sea snakes. But from one end, you start pulling it out, and then you just spin. They are fabulous. I love them. So I never know what I'm going to get in her. I got a 3-month club membership for her Rolags, and so this is my second one. And I found this neato plastic bag that I'm using. And that is all that I really have. I plan to really try to learn to spin this week. I admit to a character fault that I frustrate very quickly. We have computer tech guys at work, and you know, when somebody has a problem with their computer, we just call the computer guy. I could never do their job because I would be smacking people for asking me the same question they asked me the day before. I've lost my icon for something. It's not on my computer anymore. Well, the program's still there. Well, I can't find it. Oh, jeez. So I don't know how they do their job. I don't. And similarly, I can only try to spin maybe an hour before I'm frustrated and I need to just step away. So I think it's going to be a bit of a slow progress with that. But I am watching YouTube videos like crazy. And that, and then starting tomorrow, all the things. All the spin along, knit along, crochet along, new challenges with Harry Potter, with Nerdopolis. I may just lay down and take a nap this afternoon. Boy, I'm going to be busy starting tomorrow. But for today, I'm not so busy. So I'm hoping that you are having a good week and that you have some fun stuff planned for this coming week. Fun stuff like being with people you love and laughing. Laugh so hard you just think you're gonna have to change underwear. At any rate, thank you for joining me this week. I'll be back next week, and I will hopefully have some new spinning to show you, and who knows what else. I may be wearing my new socks. No way, unless they add a couple days in this coming week. And by days, I mean months. But anyway, I do wish you a wonderful week filled with love and laughter. See you next week.